Biggest YouTube related mind shift I had this year: filming, editing, or both. What's your favorite part of the process? 20 years. Why did I even post this? My very own 2025 YouTube wrap. Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. My name is Kaitlyn if you're new here. So happy that you found me. So happy that you're here. I hope you guys cannot hear this little fireplace heater behind me because baby, it's cold in Georgia. Okay, it's cold in Georgia. Why was it giving the teens last night? Like, baby, this is supposed to be the South. What's going on? It's not giving the South. Anyways, welcome back to another video. So if you're not new here, you guys know how much I love Spotify Wrapped, right? I love a good recap. I love a good reflection moment, a good statistical moment, just for funsies though, not like mathematical statistics. I did that in high school, worst, literally still dealing with the trauma from that. But Spotify Wrapped is so iconic that multiple brands, multiple companies adopt the concept of a Wrapped, of a yearly recap for a variety of different businesses and brands. Now, YouTube did give me a YouTube Wrap this year, but it was from a consumer, a watcher point of view. So I took it upon myself to, blow the dust off my graphic design degree, make some really cutesy graphic, and do my very own 2025 YouTube Wrap Creator Edition. And that's what I'm gonna bring to you guys today. So I pretty much just came up with a few questions, came up with some stats, some prompts, as well as a cute little fun superlative section. Me and Sir ChatGPT, of course. And if you're a YouTube creator and you wanna do something like this, I'll put all the questions and the prompts in the description box. But like I said, me and ChatGPT against the world, I'm so excited to give you guys a recap of my very first consistent year on YouTube. I've mentioned it on the channel before. I tried YouTube multiple times before, okay? Always gave up, always stopped, always lost consistency. But 2025 was my very first year of consistency. I did not let a single month go by without posting a video. And I quite frankly think that's something to be celebrated, okay? We're not just gonna blow past that. So that was kind of the inspiration behind this video. I already know you love the vibes here. I say this every video. If you love the vibes here, if you like the energy, why haven't you subscribed? It takes half a second and it truly, genuinely makes my day. So just go ahead and figure out how to do that for me, okay? But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the details surrounding my very first consistent year on YouTube, my 2025 YouTube Wrapped. So before we get into the oh so fun statistics, I just want to give you guys a little bit of background about why I even started a YouTube channel. Long story short, it was a childhood dream. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy how old this makes me sound, but I'm really not old. But like, I genuinely remember when YouTube and Google started popping like early 2000s. And ever since then, I was like, wait, let me do that. I want to do that. But also, as you guys know, I grew up in kind of a strict household. My mom didn't want my face all over the internet. You already know how the strict parents, how they get down. So I actually, let me not even act like that, because my mom was like, yeah, you can have a nail channel. That was my very first idea for a YouTube channel. Hence, if you dig in the trenches, you're gonna see some nail content. But my very first inspiration behind wanting to do YouTube was nail art channels. I was super inspired by channels like Cute Polish, Miss Jen Fabulous. Those are the only two I can think of right now. But I was super inspired by nail art channels and I wanted to have one of my own. And my mom was like, yeah, you can do one, but you can't show your face. You can only show your hands. And I was like, okay, to be honest though, I do want to show my face. I want to be like the greats PewDiePie. I want to be like Bethany Moda, Jenna Marbles, like I feel like they show their face, like let me do the same. And that was, against the parental rules. So I couldn't do it my way 100%. So I just didn't do it at all. Little did they know that was blocking my bag. We're not even gonna go there. Anyway, the whole reason I started a YouTube channel was basically just to fulfill my childhood dream of becoming a YouTuber. And also YouTube is super fun. Creating videos, editing them, and just expressing yourself creatively through videography. And I'm learning to even incorporate graphics and art into my YouTube workflow. And yeah, that's pretty much the inspiration behind my channel. Now, what I thought this year was going to be giving versus what it actually was. Okay, I'm not saying I thought I was going to just be famous overnight. Okay, I'm not saying I went into 2025 like, oh, I'm finna blow up. I'm finna have 100K in a year. No, like I didn't think that. But I would be lying if I said that I didn't think that I would at least be monetized. By this point, it's currently almost the end of January 2026. I did not hit the requirements for monetization during 2025. And I'm not really bad about it. Like I'm kind of like, oh, when are we gonna get there, YouTube? Because YouTube is stingy with the likes. YouTube is stingy with the comments, the subscribers. Like in my head, low key, 100,000 on YouTube is like a million on TikTok and on Instagram, because it's just so hard to, that retention on YouTube is truly a challenge. And I will say, I thought that was going to be easier. Not gonna hold you, because also, like I said, I grew up watching YouTube and I would see creators go from 1,000 to 10,000 to 100,000 and quickly, it would happen quickly. Okay. And so I'm like, okay, I've seen all of these stories. I'm sure that's going to happen for me as well. No. I didn't even hit 500 subscribers in 2025. But you know what? We're on the way up in 2026. We're on the way up. I have all of the faith that we're on the way up. Now that you have a little bit of background about the inspiration behind my channel, let's kind of get into some statistics, shall we? Why can't I say statistics? Statistics. Okay, let's get into some statistics, shall we? I have the little graphics that I made on my phone so I can stay on track, but let's cut the yap and get right into it, okay? So I bet you're wondering, how many videos did you get up this year, Kaitlyn? How much work did you actually put in? You complaining about not being monetized. Did you put in the work? Yes, I did. Okay, I uploaded a total of 91 videos this year, 44 long form videos and 47 short form videos. That's 91 uploads total, okay? I was clocked in. I was putting in that work. Now my goal was to do 52 videos, which equals out to a video a week for 52 weeks in a year. But baby, I work full time. 44 is close, okay? 44 is close. I thought, and it's so crazy, I thought I hit my 52 goal because I have a playlist on my channel called Every Video Ever. And when I ended 2025, it said like 55. So I was like, period. I met my goal. I did my thing. I forgot I posted like 3 videos in 2024, like towards the end of 2024. So didn't quite hit my goal. Well, actually it wasn't 3 videos. If I only did 44, 52 minus 44, that's 8. So I posted like 8 videos into 2024. Anyways, I'm yapping. What I'm trying not to do this video is yap too much. But anyway, that's how many total uploads I got this year. Now views, watch time, and sub count. I told y'all I didn't hit monetization, so don't expect nothing crazy. Throughout the year of 2025, I amassed a total of 83,222 views for the entire year. That includes long form videos and shorts. I amassed 477.6 hours of watch time, and I gained 229 subscribers. I also calculated and I average about 914 views per video. That's not a statistic that YouTube Studio gives you, but if you want to calculate it, you just take the total amount of views that you got over everything and the total amount of uploads that you have throughout the year and just divide them on top of each other. So for me, that was 83,222 divided by 91, and that got me 914. Obviously, that's not accurate, right? You finna see so many videos on my channel with like 20 views, but seeing that 914 per video average, that kind of makes me feel better, you know? Now next, my most viewed videos of the year. Both of these caught me by surprise. When they hit the numbers that they hit, I was like, huh, what? Now again, not crazy numbers, but they still took me by surprise. So as far as long form content goes, the video that got the most views on my channel was I visited 3 Goodwills thrifting for books. Here's how it went, something like that. I forgot the title. That video got 494 views, 41.4 hours of watch time, and gained me 15 subscribers. Again, nothing crazy. I gotta sneeze, but it's like stuck. Or was it a yawn? Or was it? Oh my gosh, now my eyes are watering. What's actually happening? Help. But yeah, when I posted that video, I had no idea that it was gonna get like what it got. Because I have it stuck in like 30 view purgatory for a minute, if I'm not mistaken. So when that video like got 100 views in the first day, I was like, oh, YouTube's alive. So that one took me by surprise. That actually though, that was a pretty good video. And it's crazy too, because I didn't think the video was gonna hit like that because I didn't really like the thumbnail. I still really truly don't like this thumbnail. It's not really my style. I don't know why I did the little squiggly background business behind the ultimate book thrift hunt text, but like YouTube ate it up. And then as far as short form content goes, my most viewed short for the year was a nail transformation short. I did like these leopard print nails with lavender French tips. Why that video got 28,000 views, 28,039 views to date, and it gave me 15 subscribers. And I was like, okay, like I kid you not, that short was like 10 seconds or something like that. So that definitely took me by surprise. I had gotten some shorts that got quite a bit of views before. I think I got a couple shorts that hit like 10,000, 9,000. You know, they exceeded the 1,000 range. But when I saw that 28, I was like, keep going then, do your thing. But I think I'll always probably keep like some nail content here and there sprinkled throughout my channel because I truly do have a passion for nails. Look, my nails aren't done right now. I'm giving them a break. Let them breathe for a second. Some people say letting nails breathe is a myth, but like I'm gonna let my nails breathe. When they start wiggling and when they start like, you know, when they wet and they start bending and carrying on, they need a break. Now I definitely took some L's in the view department this year, okay? As far as my least viewed videos go, my least viewed long form video was an easy makeup look, Valentine's Day makeup tutorial. Guess how many views that got, y'all? 13. Mind you, it's been up for almost a year at this point. It's almost February again. Baby girl got 13 views. You know what? She did her best. And I guess I just won't be having a spot on Sephora Squad anytime soon. Now, my least popular short view count wise was actually a February TBR. Maybe February last year just didn't like me. No, that's not true though, because I think I hit like 250 subs or something in February 2025. I don't remember. But my least popular short was a February TBR video, and I was just talking. You know, it was a cute little short form talking moment. 20 views. Also been up almost a year. It has amassed a whopping 20 views. Yeah. But you know what? I think I looked cute in that short, you know? I think I looked cute, and I read a lot of bangers that month, and that's all that matters. Bump to 20 views. Now, this is a super fun section that I came up with. I want to do some superlatives, okay? You know high school superlatives. Most likely to be president, most likely to blah, 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 blah. You know how it goes. I came up with like a couple just to make this video a little bit more fun. And my first category is the video that I'm most proud of. That was my 48-hour glow up transformation for my 25th birthday. I did my hair, my nails, my makeup, and other glow up things. Took some birthday pictures, and y'all, it's crazy too because I remember being so proud of that video. Do you hear me? Like, I posted, I was like, oh, this is finna be the one. This finna be the one, y'all. This is gonna be the one that takes me up. This is gonna be the one that takes me over the edge. It did not. I want to say, like, when I posted it got like 5 views. Like in 24 hours got 5 views. It still don't have that many views today. I want to say it has like 30 or something like that, but I'm still like so proud of my video. That's also a video where I was like things are starting to click. Like, I'm starting to find my editing style. I'm starting to find what effects I like to use. I'm starting to figure out how I like my intros to go, experimenting with background music, things like that. So I thought I ate with that video, okay? And I watched it recently just to make sure that that still stands. And, you know, it was filmed on an iPhone. It's not like a masterpiece. It's not a cinematic masterpiece or anything, but I'm still definitely proud of it. And I think it's a video I'm most proud of because that was one of the first videos where I was just like, hey, I really like creating videos. I really like this, and I'm really proud of the work that I'm putting out. Because before that, can honestly say I had no clue what I was doing, okay? But that's definitely the video that I'm probably the most proud of. Now, the next category I came up with was the most chaotic editing session, aka almost didn't make it to the tube, okay? And that was I tried romanticizing my day, and here's how it went. That video, I think I might have mentioned this a couple of videos ago, but the video audio was trash, video quality was trash. Like, it was just not giving. It was just not giving. Like, the editing was fine, you know, but the material, I wasn't seeing the material, okay? Now, the next category is an underrated video. A lot of gems were dropped in this video, and I feel like nobody heard them. Nobody heard them. To me, my most underrated video is the 25 lessons I've learned in 25 years, my quarter life advice. I feel like I definitely had a period last year where I just woke up. You know, I realized life is for real. I'm an adult. Things are serious. It's up to me to create the life that I want to live for myself. And I feel like that was just, you know, one of the gems that I dropped in that video. So that's definitely, I'm gonna give the underrated award to that video, because not to toot my own horn, but I was kind of spitting facts, okay? Now, the next category is why did I even post this, okay? Like, just ignore it if you see it. It's ugly, again, poor quality, just like kind of rushed. Number one, this video was like 5 minutes, okay? Any video under 8 minutes won't even count when you get monetized. So why, that was one of them ones I kind of should have just let go into the abyss, okay? And then next, like, it's filmed in the dark. Like, what was going on with the light? Is it warm? It's dark. I want to say it was like daylight savings time vibes, like what it is now, but like, baby, if the sun was gone, you should have just cut the camera. It was called DIY, How to Do Gel X Nails at Home, Beetles Nail Kit, and Easy Nail Art for Beginners. My next point, why was the title so long? I didn't even want to read that. YouTube probably didn't want to read it either. That's probably why I got like 20 views. Now, the last superlative category before our cute little Q&A is the main character energy award. And this category kind of had a tie. Y'all already know I'm in the slice move. So I put 2 videos in this category and said that they tied. So the first video was that I took myself on a bookish solo date and met Ashley Poston. The next video was the same vibe, but with Tia Williams. Vlog, my first book event, meeting my favorite author, the Tia Williams. So I feel like those definitely got that main character energy award because I was really just out here vibing, okay? I was doing the cute little fun, bookish, nerdy activities that I love. And again, those videos came together. They really were the first example of me starting to get into the groove with my editing workflow, right? I was airdropping left and right. I was putting that iPhone to work. That's why I can say, like, Apple products are expensive, but they are going to do what they are supposed to do, okay? Like, they're gonna make a way out of no way, okay? Because when I tell you some of the clips that I see, some of the videos that I posted, I was like, my poor phone was tired, making calls, texting 24/7, filming. Like, she better do all that though. Ain't these phones like $1,000? I don't know. I always do like next up or something like that. Anyways, that's all the superlatives that I have for my YouTube videos regarding all the videos I posted in 2025. Now, I love a good Q&A session. Y'all know this well. So I have about 14 questions that I just want to talk about as far as my YouTube journey goes and things that I learned and just some more behind the scenes insight as to kind of what was going on in the background this year as far as making YouTube videos goes. So question number 1, filming, editing, or both? What's your favorite part of the process? I ain't even gonna hold you, probably editing, because editing, I truly lose myself in editing. Like, and don't get me wrong, I'm trying to say, like, I'm not like the Rolls Royce of editors. Like, I do what I can. I'm still learning. I feel like editing is one of those things that you just continue to cultivate, a craft that you continue to grow. Just like painting or drawing or any other form of art, the more you do it, the better you get. And I genuinely like editing because I can see that growth. Filming, I have a love-hate relationship because filming to me genuinely is in direct correlation with how you feel. And sometimes I feel like I have to force it. If I'm editing, if I have to edit and I don't feel like editing, once I get started editing, I'll feel like editing because like it's fun. You really just get in the groove. You start to lose yourself. You just get in that flow state, and I love that. Filming, not gonna lie, I don't think I ever reached that flow state with filming. Like I always, and y'all even hear it in some of my videos. Like I'll be like, hey, I'm tired. I'm finna cut the camera off. Like I'm tired. Editing, you can just be nonverbal. You can just like get in your vibe. So I'm gonna choose editing. I'm gonna choose editing over filming. Filming is fun, obviously, if you're filming something fun, if you're filming something exciting. But editing to me is gonna be fun every time, no matter what. Unless something goes wrong, like your footage gets corrupted or something like that, then editing is not fun at all. Editing is traumatic. Question number 2, what does consistency actually look like for me? Just making sure I get a video up, okay? Like I said, this year consistency, I hope, will look like 1 to 2 videos per week, every week, no matter what. Last year, I kind of fell off like middle of the year. Like I said, a month never went by where a video did not go up, but I wasn't as consistent as I wanted to be. And I know too, kind of a mental framework that I have regarding consistency is what I expect my favorite creators to be putting out, or what I would like my favorite creators to be putting out. I need to have you on my screen like twice a week. And when they're not posting as often as I would like, I would be like, I definitely find myself like, where are you? Like, what are you doing? Also, when I'm looking for like new creators to watch, I'm looking at when the last time they posted was. If it was a month ago, if it was 2 months ago, if it was 3 months ago, I'm not subscribing because to me, I don't know when I'm gonna see you again. I don't know when I'm gonna see you again. And you know what? That's not so wrong to think about it like that. So consistency for me is just making sure I get a video up. Like not let, you know, when too much time has passed between your last upload and a new upload. So that's something that's like to each their own. But for me, getting a video up as often as possible, 1 to 2 times per week to me. So I guess if I'm saying that, then last year I wasn't as consistent as I should have been, but there was consistency there nonetheless, okay? Number 3, what is something during the process that gave you the most energy? Like I said, getting in that flow state during editing, and obviously something that kind of energizes you is when your video gets a little bit of traction. Like I said, that didn't happen for me too often last year, but the Goodwill thrifting video got a little bit of traction. That nail short got quite a bit of traction, and that's something that energized me. That's something that motivated me to keep going. Also comments. That's why I literally always tell y'all to comment on every single video, because it's just like when I see comments coming in, when I see people responding to things I've said, things I'm wearing, things I've created, things I'm reading, like it makes you feel less like you are just doing something for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like comments really make it worth it. I'll say comments over likes. I would rather somebody comment than like my video. I really do get energy, and I do get motivation, and I really like the community aspect of it also. Comment. Like, why would you watch somebody's video and not comment? Like, and I don't know about y'all, but like one of my favorite parts about consuming content is also consuming the comments. I don't know if any of y'all have this guilty pleasure, but Pop the Balloon with Miss Arlette. Like, okay, I used to watch Pop the Balloon like weekly. Okay, like never missed an episode. I started to fall off because y'all, like, I don't know what it is, but like I get so annoyed when the women be lined up because they all be popping over like,
I don't like his outfit. He's not tall enough.
Like, girl, get you a short king and shut up, okay? I started kind of losing interest because like the girls were really annoying me. Sometimes the guys get on my nerves too, but like less so than the girls. And I know that sounds very ungirls girl, but I'm just calling it like I see it. How you coming somewhere to try to find love and you popping because somebody got on a shirt you don't like? Be so for real. Anyway, what was I even talking about? See, I was trying to avoid going on tangents this video. Oh yeah, but the comments on Pop the Balloon make Pop the Balloon that much more entertaining. So whenever viewers of my content comment on my videos, it really energizes me. I'm like, okay, something in here really resonated with somebody, or somebody found entertainment in this some kind of way because they actually felt the need to comment on it and to say something about it. So that's something that really energized and motivated me throughout last year. Now on the other hand, we have question 4, what drained me the most? So honestly, it wasn't really draining, to be honest. Okay, wait. I almost told a lie that quick. I almost drained myself. Constantly refreshing YouTube Studio at one point. Constantly checking views at one point. Constantly, like, I'm refreshing the app multiple times a day. I'm like, girl, don't you realize like you would be getting a lot of notifications if your content was really going up like you wanted to, you wouldn't miss that. So like, close the app. So I can honestly say I probably drained myself in some aspects, like looking for something that just was not quite there yet. So like, don't be like me. I even deleted the app at certain points because I knew it was getting out of hand. Like, I would delete YouTube Studio off my phone because like checking it off the wake up. I have actual Instagram notifications, but I'm checking YouTube Studio. There's actually somebody that wants to talk to you on Instagram. Nobody wants to talk to you on YouTube. You should probably check, like, Me. I was the problem. I was draining me. Question 5. What is a fear that I had starting out? So, I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody has the fear, like, what if I do this and it doesn't, like nothing comes of it? But like, genuinely, like, as far as people seeing me, I mean, obviously, I was like, nobody look at me. Like, nobody look at me trying to be a YouTuber. But like, it wasn't a genuine fear. When I think of like a genuine fear, I would think too scared to upload. Too scared to hit upload. Like, it never gave that. If I had to pick a fear, it would probably just be like, you know, people judge me like, oh my God, what's she trying to do now? Because I'm definitely the type of person who gets a lot of different interests and wants to try a lot of different things. And I just didn't want to be embarrassed. Like, oh my gosh, what else is she doing? Can she just pick something or just be normal, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, if I had to say something, I would say that everybody kind of struggles with the fear of being seen a little bit. And then also the fear that nothing will come of it. But it's not really about nothing coming of it. Am I having a good time? And the answer is yes. Ooh, this is a good one. Number 6, biggest YouTube related mind shift I had this year. Okay, so I mentioned before in this video that I expected to just like have way better results after a year of consistency on YouTube, right? I expected to be monetized. I expected to have a certain subscriber count, blah, 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 whatever the case may be. And that didn't happen. But the biggest shift that I had this year was an analogy that I came up with all on my own. So I am a victim of school institutionalized mentality. And let me explain what I mean by that. So when you go to school, you put in the work, you get the grade, you go to the next grade. You put in the work, you get the grade, you go to the next grade. And eventually you're going to graduate onto middle school, high school, college. And I feel like that reward system was ingrained so deeply in my head that I expect that to come from every single thing I do in life. Adult life is not like that. Real life is not like that. My mic is finna die. Okay, I'm gonna answer this question and then charge the mic and come back. So yeah, real adult life is not like that, okay? And my YouTube journey has proven that. I put in the work for the year. What did I do? Nothing. I earned another year of putting in more work. And that really, you know, shifted my mindset in regards to YouTube. And then when I started thinking about YouTube as far as like high school, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior year, I was like, wait, I was really just a freshman in YouTube. And I started thinking about all the greats, like, okay, Mr. Beast, Adeline Morin. I really be watching the same people, and them just the people that I thought of right now. But those are the people who have a doctorate in YouTube. Those are the people who have graduate YouTube school. You see what I'm saying? So when I started thinking about YouTube as something that I have to kind of continue to work on, and I can't expect to get this instant reward, I had to get over that instant gratification nonsense. That was the biggest mindset shift that I had that kind of helped me stop being so obsessive about growth and so adamant about getting it when I wanted it, because it's coming. I'm not gonna have fat juicy glutes just from doing squats for a couple months. You know, I gotta be consistent with that. I gotta be consistent with my working out in order to see results, just like you have to be consistent with your YouTube in order to see results. So you just have to keep going. That was probably the biggest mindset shift that changed for me. You have to keep going even when you're not seeing any results. You have to just know that you're still putting in the work. All of those videos I put out last year, I fed the algorithm. I grew a tiny audience. Like, those were not for nothing. Yeah, I didn't hit 10,000, 100,000, but I did earn 300. And that's better than nothing, you dig? Okay, BRB, gonna charge this camera because it says on 10% and it's too cold to cut that heater off. My big heater makes too much noise. You see what I'm saying? Like, I have to have this. Okay, I'll talk to y'all in a second. Why y'all didn't tell me I had something in my eyebrow the last clip? Fake. Okay, so back to what I was saying. Question 7, how YouTube changed my confidence. To be honest, I was gonna say nothing, but I'm like way more comfortable like recording in public, way more comfortable just genuinely being seen, trying anything. I think it definitely is a confidence booster, you know? I'm for sure someone who can still struggle sometimes with like self-image and my perception of myself, but when I learned to just record what I want to record, and that people really don't pay attention to how you look or don't judge how you look as often as, you know, maybe I think they do. I mean, for sure, people be judging, people be like, oh my God, like she look crusty, da 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 da. People for sure do that, but like, I don't know, it just doesn't matter as much. Like I really stopped caring so much about like looking perfect on camera. So definitely confidence grew in that sense of knowing that I don't have to be perfect and I still have permission to create. Question 8, what was a moment where you realized YouTube is harder than it looks? Maybe editing. When I really started to edit, when I really started to try to like put effort in my videos in that way, I was like, wait, like people who do like the crazy cinematic stuff and like the crazy transitions and like that's a little bit more difficult than you might think. Also making sure that you also have a compact or travel setup, whatever your vlogging setup is for on the go, making sure that, you know, all of that is intact and in order and convenient for you. It really honestly never is convenient for you, especially y'all know I was on my iPhone all of 2025 until the very end where I got the DJI, and baby, I couldn't do nothing. If I had to Apple Pay, nope, cut the camera. If I had to send a text, cut the camera. If I had to answer a call, cut the camera. Now, y'all see what I got the questions on. Like, definitely the hardest part is like overcoming whatever hurdles you're facing, whether that's equipment stuff, whether that is confidence, whether that is, you know, when you realize that being a YouTuber kind of encapsulates multiple areas of your life, you know, physical, mental, emotional, financial. Like when you realize it's a line of work that's gonna fully dip its toes into multiple areas of your life, that's when I realized that it's actually way harder than it looks. But you know, I've never been one to knock anybody's profession. I feel like every profession is harder than it looks. No matter what you do, no matter what your career is, it should be respected, because baby, there's something that's difficult about it, and that's for sure. Number 9, what I learned about discipline versus motivation. I kind of touched on that before when I was talking about how sometimes I don't be feeling like filming, but I have to do it anyway. Yeah, motivation, that's based on your mood, okay? Discipline is based on your plan. You've seen it all over socials. Like, I didn't come up with that off the dome. Like, that's just common knowledge. I learned real clearly through my YouTube journey last year. Discipline, are you gonna do it or are you not? Motivation, do you feel like it or do you not? Which one are you gonna listen to? Number 10, what was a moment that I realized I was a real YouTuber? Okay, ChatGPT must have came up with that one, because what? Am I? A moment where I realized I was a real YouTuber? No, wait. When I started prioritizing editing over like doing other things. When people would ask me to do stuff and I'm like, no, I gotta edit. Or somebody calls me like, let me call you back, I'm editing. I think that's real YouTuber status. Like when I'm choosing editing and content creation and brainstorming over like social hour. Yeah, real YouTuber status. Chat must have came up with this one too, trying to be funny. What kept you going through low view periods? What do you mean through? We still in it, like... Ooh, chat. Yo, chat GPT is sassy. Cause like, what do you mean? Through low view periods, baby, we still got that right now, actively. Don't piss me off. But I mean, I guess advice for you, like if you're going through low view periods like me, post anyway. Post because you like to post. Don't post because it needs validation. Don't post because you want to hit a certain amount of views or whatever. Post because you created something that you want to like put out into the world. Chat really just blew me with that. Number 12, coming to an end. What is one thing that I want to do differently on my channel this year? That's actually hard because like I'm really just getting my footing doing what I've been doing all along. You know what I'm saying? I fear I don't know. I fear I don't know. And that's kind of bad because the next question is one thing I want to experiment with. Okay, that one's kind of easier though, because I definitely want to experiment with more editing styles, more editing software, using different techniques to film. I mentioned this before. I kind of do want to experiment with more cinematic shooting, not necessarily cinematic editing. I feel like there's a difference between that. I want my clips to feel a certain way and I still put my little Kaitlyn touch on it, you know, the fisheye, the big head, the goofy stuff, the clips. I want to keep that. I feel like that's something that I'm adopting as a signature style for myself. Obviously, there's nothing new under the sun, but you know, it's just what I do. I don't know who did it before, but that's what I'm doing. What else? Definitely maybe want to experiment with more thumbnail styles. I kind of got into the groove of what type of thumbnail styles I like towards the end of the year last year. Definitely want to keep playing with those and then maybe just experiment with some different ones, and definitely want to experiment with different angles. I know I get bored fast, so like I feel like a constant worry that I'm dealing with right now is like, oh my God, like my few little returning viewers are tired of me sitting in the same spot. They're tired of me doing the same thing. So I want to just experiment with like maybe like an up down angle, or like do some transitions where I'm like looking one way and then I'm in another room or something like that. So definitely experimenting with the way I film. And I feel like that will also make filming less of a daunting task for me, because sometimes I do feel like I need to be on, or I need to be like in a good mood, or I need to feel a certain way in order to film. But I feel like if I draw more attention to how something was shot rather than what I'm shooting, if that makes sense. I don't know what I'm saying for real. Maybe I do. I don't know if that makes any sense, but hopefully you get me. And the last question, number 14, what does success actually mean for me going into this year? Like I said, consistency for sure, not falling off in the middle of the year. I feel like I might need a break. If I do my 1 to 2 videos every week, I feel like I might need a break come middle of the year, but like no longer than 2 weeks. Again, gonna continue my streak of not missing an upload in any month this year. Success, honestly, if I'm honest, I would love to get monetized this year. Like if I got monetized this year, that's a successful sprout and next step for my YouTube channel. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say that would be success for me. Consistency, monetization, maybe even a first brand deal. You know, you ain't gotta have billions and trillions of followers and whatever to get brand deals. So maybe I get a partnership perhaps. But to be honest, it's the consistency. Like if nothing else happens and I still remain consistent, that's success 100%. And also creating stuff that I like If I'm consistently creating stuff that I like, that's success. And I'm not even saying that off no like cheese ball stuff. I mean that, okay? Anyways, I hope y'all liked this video. I hope y'all thought this was a cutie little idea to do a YouTube wrapped recap of my very first consistent year on YouTube, creator edition. Because like I said, we always get stuff consumer stats. We always are like, oh, you watched 1,000 videos this year. You watched this person for so-and-so amount of minutes. But I just thought it would be fun to do it from a creator's perspective and to just talk to you guys, you know, a realistic view of how this year went versus what I thought was going to happen. And, you know, if I think YouTube is worth it, which I do for sure, despite the numbers, despite the, you know, numerical validation or whatever you want to call it, I think it's definitely worth it. It's worth it if you have a passion for it, if you have a drive to create and, you know, experiment with videography and just express yourself creatively in that way. It's for sure worth it. Like, if you love something, you love it no matter what comes of it. And I feel like that was one of the biggest lessons that I learned this year. Anyways, the sun always going down on me, y'all. Like, I get off work at 4 and I literally have like T-minus 2 hours to do what I'm gonna do for my film. You know what I'm saying? But I've been trying to alternate between vlogs and like sit down videos and vlogs and sit down videos. And when it's time to do a sit down video after work, the sun be having me like that Nikki sound. Why do I always do it? I know I'm gonna put the sound on the video when I'm editing, so why do I do it? Like, I look crazy. Anyways, thank you so much. If you made it all the way to this point in the video, you must really like me. And if you really like me, why haven't you subscribed? Maybe you've subscribed by now. For sure you've subscribed by now. For sure you found the button, you know? Anyways, I hope everybody is doing great. I love you the mostest, more than I could ever let you know. Thank you so much again for watching. And guys, I'm holding the mic, like I'll snap. And oh, the snap does not hit at all. Stop. Thank you so much again for watching. And I cannot wait to catch you. Is that stupid? Like, should we cut the clap? Because low-key, I feel like a kindergarten teacher. Me overthinking in 4K. Okay, thank you so much again for watching. And I cannot wait to catch you in my next video. Bye.